Hello and welcome back, folks, to another Magic Arena Singleton. We are doing a slightly different deck today. We're doing the Simic value. A little less on the value, but it is still there. And yes, you can't ban me, I quit. Rogue Refiner. He's getting the last word. But in any case, let's flip it over to this thing. The only ban cards, there they are. So, I mean, we'll have a little bit of energy package, but I mean, Attune with Aether is just good on its own. Rogue Refiner is good on its own. That kind of thing. So this deck primarily focuses on the ability to beat down as much as possible and letting the Simic value just kind of keep it going. Occasionally it doesn't work out that way and we're playing the value game, you know, the wrong half of your deck, and occasionally you just beat down by the time you actually need the value. So, I mean, there you go. So it's just a whole pile of basic things, some ramp in the early game, and then some beatdowns on 3, as you can see, some valuable beatdowns. Vizier, just those are the value plays, of course. We've got some Bristling Hydra as a winner. A Time of Ice is a real good thing against fast decks. You know, you're trying to hold your own, you can't hold your own, slam the Time of Ice, slow them down a bit, or just tap down their stuff and eventually win. Take it as you please. It has various strategies. I find it quite a useful card, believe it or not. We've got Glyph Keeper as kind of that aerial threat. It's good enough for control. We're going to use it too as a 5/3 beater in the air. What are other things? Tatyova's great. I had Rashmi in here, but Rashmi just wasn't doing enough. That's where Time of Ice came in. And Rashmi, instant dead. All she does is eat removal. I have a ton of creatures that eat removal already, so it doesn't matter. We put Time of Ice in here, and it's done far more work. We got some Baral's expertise to try and clear out a field, Confiscation Coup, in case our opponents are doing degenerate things as well. Monstrous Onslaught with a bunch of the large creatures. We just slam this down as one of our major sources of removal. We're kind of in the board white state of removal, as you can see. Just Baral's expertise, Monstrous Onslaught, and even up here we've got River's Rebuke, intended to just straight out win games with them. We did have the Merfolk, the 4-drop Merfolk that taps all opponents' creatures. Wasn't really doing the job that much. It just kind of came out at the wrong time. But in any case, we've got other things. Carnage Tyrant, big things. Rishkar's expertise to drawing a ton. Nezahal for drawing a ton. Galta to prevent your opponent from ever drawing again. You know, that kind of thing. So, with that, we've got a little bit of a land package. Desert of the Indomitable and Haship Wasted being the major ones, and Arch of Varaska for later on in the game, just to try and keep things going. In any case, this is less dirtling and more smashing, so we're going to go smash. And you can always find your export deck list. You know, you can import. It'll be down in the description. Just copy, import, and you can have the list for yourself. And as far as I can tell, this deck generally sits about middle of the pack. It's not crazy win, but it's not crazy loss either. It has its bad days, it has its good days. This is the only deck that I've gone 7-0 any amount of times with, I believe. That said, I mean, yeah, sure. That's good. Like, I've also gone 1-3 with it, to be fair, so take your pick. It has the potential to win, which is all I really am looking for in a single deck. Is it can do the job, and then just work out the inconsistencies later. Anyways, we're on the play with a Druid of the Cal and a Spring. We have Confiscation Coup and Vizier for any relevant things that may come up. Seems good enough to me. Let's roll with it. And I'm recording this the same day as the Canada Day video that I made. Go ahead and check that out. It's floating around on my channel. I'm getting comments on the side of people saying Happy Canada Day. Everyone seems pretty content with things, so yep, Happy Canada Day, folks. I've already said it several times. Yes, Druid of the Cal. It adds mana. Yours adds mana too. Congratulations. We ran into the super slow deck with a Heart of Kiron. Well, that's gross. Anyway, Well, that's relevant. Now, would I expect a seal away from my opponent? Possibly. I'm going to go grab a green since we have blue in hand. Green's a little stronger in its usage. Send! They spend time sealing away. They're not hitting us with Heart of Kiran. Let's get some insight into their deck. Field of Ruin seems pretty useless against us at the moment. So what do we do to deal with all the things? Like what have you got? Let's see if they try to take out the Druid. I doubt it. We're sitting with a whole pile of untapped mana. Okay. So we're never getting Gear Hulk down. We're going to get them to invest in some way. So we're going to make them invest. And then we're going to hit them with everything. Because we got Coup, which can take the heart. We've got Gear Hulk that we want to get down. And Vizier copying it. And, you know, ideal things. Our opponent sits with some black mana. Ariel, relevant card. Is that the Coup target? Might be the Coup target. I mean, it seems relevant enough. Okay, we get some Llanowar Elves. Now, the problem with targeting this with the Coup is that we may run into... we may run into a situation where they do have Seal Away or something like that. Anyways, beat them down for one. But Ariel's ours, so decide how you want to go about this. So they can flash things like they can bounce the hand or anything like that. They have options. What I want them to do is actually use those options. Single blue mana, do not be just on... It's just on summon. We never slowed our opponent down at all. Not in the slightest. That's kind of gross. Okay, fine, opponent. Fine. That's the way you want to be? Bristling Hydra's pretty good, but I guess we're just going to take advantage of our super high drops. Alright, let's make some beaters. Send! We still have Vizier for next turn, so things seem fine, I guess. What I want them to do is actually something. Do something. Urza's Ruinous Blast. Wow! On command, not a problem. Our opponent just happens to have it all. Is that even the right call? Our opponent is hitting us with the have it all situation right now, and it's kind of a little bit vexing, if I must say so. Killed our mana supply too, so our maximum, like, taking Ariel, that sounds terrible, but I mean, I guess we can Hydra until we can figure out what to do here. I wish our opponent didn't have every answer they need. We steal their thing. They bounce it back so they can have it. We build a board state. They have a board wipe. That is a one-sided board wipe, I might add. One-sided. Doomfall, because hexproof is a problem, except if you have Doomfall. Our opponent is perfecting us right now, by the way. They're just hitting us perfect. 100% answers all the time. Now they're holding up counter magic, so, I mean, there's that. Vizier! Counterspell? Yep. Congratulations, opponent! You had the nut draw versus your opponent. Wow! Just Literal everything. Everything. Alright, well, we did obviously nothing. We played some really serious bombs there, and our opponent didn't even care. In fact, we played so many bombs, and our opponent didn't even slow down. They just didn't slow down, even. Wow! Just that draw! Anyways, let's try to get a game where we don't have an opponent that stacks their deck. On the play, we have 4 lands and 5 drops. I can't abide that. You never know what we're up against, and yeah, we'll just have to try again. Let's try to find something a little closer to a curve here. Hey, opponent! You want to play some Magic? If you don't like it, ship it back. Stop pondering over it. Either that or they haven't joined the game. There we go. Well, I mean, that's the best I'm going to get, and Impulse is acceptable enough. We'll get a better selection of what's coming, and our opponent, well, we're against another garbage deck. Now, here's a tough call. Gearhulk, definitely not going to land, but Channeler Initiate is definitely something that'll interact. So I'll take Channeler Initiate. I mean, Bomb is nice, but we can't do everything here. Key to the City. Artifact deck? Seriously? I mean, okay. Let's jam our Channeler Initiate. Are you going to hold priority with the key forever? They're going to hold priority with the key forever. So the key doesn't necessarily say anything like they have creature or anything like that. Aether Sphere Harvester. Come on, game. Give me... Yes, that's right. Aether Sphere probably can't keep up with this, so... Let's bash them a little bit. If they're going to have non-interactable stuff, like, we're going to have to come up with something else. Bash them with an island. We're never blocking our opponent because they have key to the city. But, I mean, we can make them interact and use it all. Padim. Alright, fine. Padim doesn't matter that much. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so they're playing all these artifacts. They draw an extra card, but if we have a Nezahal out, what are they going to do? So we're going to tap all our mana. Cancel. Yeah, we have double blue. Alright, just double checking. Untap. It doesn't matter at this point. We're just activating. And drop Nezahal. So this ought to level with Padim a little bit. Should make things a little tougher for them. And if we find any form of artifact, then we're doing great. So let's see what happens. We put them in a situation where our power is so much more than theirs, and we took a turn off to make it happen. Okay, we got him in the tank. That's what's the relevant part. So even if they can kill Nezahal, or we don't choose to, you know, discard it all, Herald of Anguish, that's gross. Discard Spring Mind? Nature's Way? Have a nice day! Good top deck. Okay, I think we just actually take advantage of this. To a point. We can tap this. Yeah, we can tap this down. It's fine. I was wondering if I wanted to use it. So we're going to Time of Ice. Tap down, Padim. So he doesn't have that option. There. Now, did I miss lethal or anything? 12, 13, 14... No. Okay, fair enough then. So we're going to bash him in. Descend! You're at 3. Do your worst. We still have Nissa, so a standard board wipe is not going to do it. So what have you got? Our opponent isn't drawing anything, even though they've got Padim. They're not going to draw enough to get out of it. Well, opponent, I think we got them in the tank, honestly, to be fair. Like, seriously in the tank. They don't have a way out, and they're just trying to figure any way possible to survive an extra turn. Contraband Kingpin is going to be tapped. Tap the Kingpin. Yes, to crew. Okay. So, I think we just play this just for future-proofing, in case our opponent does have anything. Just try to keep those options as limited as possible for as long as possible. We're doing this with 5 lands, and we have City's Blessing for Arch that we can't use. That's hilarious. Alright. Send everything. I mean, Fatal Push, Cast Down, those are options. And they may try to survive a turn, but I think they're, yeah, they might be dead. Yeah, sure. They're dead! Easy! So that was one of our more explosive draws that doesn't get interrupted. Thank goodness for that. We got an appropriate one there. And we got our first win. Starting the 0-1 was scary, but we're at 1-1 now. We're going to run those 2 games for today, folks. I know Singleton doesn't have much time left, but I'm going to try to get this in before it's over. I'm going to try to get as many in as possible. We may see Singleton again. Who knows? Maybe with the July update, they'll make it a permanent feature. I really hope so. I'm sure a few of you also really hope so. So with that, take care. See you in the next one. See how those games go then. Bye-bye.